Today, I'm going to show you how to make the most delicious vegan ranch dressing. Hi everyone and welcome. I'm Tammy, the creator of the blog and this YouTube channel called Nutmeg Notebook. And this is where I share with you all about a whole food, plant-based lifestyle. And today I'm so excited to share with you a vegan ranch dressing. I have been working on this for about a year, believe it or not. I have probably made this at least once a month for the past 12 months, trying different ways to get a low-fat, still delicious, creamy ranch dressing that has great flavor. So what I have ended up using is the Silken Tofu, and this gives me a great texture and without the added fat that, say, nuts would. I tried a lot of different ways of making it. I tried beans and cauliflower and all the other things. This works the best. So this is called Silken Tofu. It is a shelf-stable tofu that you will find in most grocery stores in the Asian food aisle. However, I have to tell you, I have been in some grocery stores where they have this in the refrigeration section along with the tofu that has to be refrigerated. So depending on where you're shopping, it could be either in refrigeration with the regular tofu or in the Asian food aisle. And I bought it at Sprouts, is where I can find organic. We do want to have organic for anything that has soybeans in it. So it is in this shelf-stable packet. I just bought this morning, and this one is good until April of 2022. So it has a pretty good long shelf life, but make sure you check the dates wherever you get it. So you just open it up. I just want to show you how easy it is. I'm not going to open this one because I have the other open, but you pull up the sides on the Tetra Pak and then you push it together, and it has a little dotted line here where you just use a pair of kitchen scissors and just cut across there. Super simple and easy. Don't drain it. It has just a very little bit of liquid in it, and that's going to go right in my high-powered blender. So this is a Vitamix blender, and you know, everything that I use today I will link to for my Amazon store in the show notes below the video. So this is also a 12-ounce box. I have seen some that were 7-ounce, but this happens to be a 12-ounce box, and that just works great. Now, I need half a cup of plant milk. You can use any kind of plant milk that you want to use. I am really liking this Joy oat milk, and it is a powder that you buy, and then you just mix it with water. It's super easy, convenient, and absolutely delicious. It's organic, gluten-free. We also like their Joy almond base that you can make almond milk from, and it is one ingredient, almonds. I love that, and you just mix it with water. But I'm really loving the powder because it's less messy and super simple. So I just need a half a cup, and it takes 2 tablespoons of the oat powder to 1 cup of water. So since I just need half a cup, I just need 1 tablespoon of the oat powder, and that's going to go right in my blender. And then this is what I love about using it for making recipes. And then I just add the appropriate amount of water. So that was half a cup, but if you're using plant milk, half a cup, whatever kind you like the best, that will work. Okay, so let's add 1 clove of fresh garlic, and it's not a giant one, you know, but just 1 clove seems to work out really well. And then we're layering flavors here. So although I have fresh garlic in there, I am also going to use a little bit of the dried garlic powder. And this is from Local Spicery, and you can order from them. They are here locally in Northern California, and they hand mill all of their spices, so they're extremely fresh, and their garlic powder is amazing. Everything from there is amazing. So I'm just doing 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, and then 1 teaspoon of the onion powder, and these just add a lot of flavor to it. Okay, then 1 date. Now I'm using the medjool dates. This is what they look like. They're really fat and juicy. You want to make sure you remove the stem from it, and then you want to break it open and also remove the pit. And I have already done that with this other date. So I'll just get it and toss it in. And it just helps to balance the acidity from the vinegar that we are going to use. Just going to wipe my hands off on the towel. So then I need 2 tablespoons of, this is just apple cider vinegar. And I love these OXO little measuring cups. They are fantastic. It goes up to 4 tablespoons. And I have 3 of them because I use them a lot when I'm cooking. Then also to help thicken it, I'm going to use chia seeds. And these are white chia seeds as opposed to the black ones that you normally see. And I like to use the white chia seeds. Can you see those? I like to use these when I am doing a sauce or a salad dressing that is light in color, because it doesn't make a whole bunch of little dark specks in it that way. And a little bit of freshly ground black pepper, because pepper just makes everything taste really, really good. So put that in. I know some people are allergic to pepper. Don't use it if you are allergic to it. The Nutritional Yeast is optional. I'm not going to put it in because I know a lot of people don't want to use nutritional yeast, but if you want it to have that little bit of kind of a cheesy flavor, you can put 2 tablespoons of that in. And then I forgot to get my STARDUST out, which is a salt substitute. And this is made by Well Your World from Dylan Holmes at Well Your World, and I'll post a link to this in the show notes. And this is a really delicious substitute for salt, but it's all wonderful, natural, delicious ingredients. And I do have another bottle to open. This is one of Tom's favorite seasonings, my husband. And I'm just doing a little bit of that. You can do 1/2 to 1 teaspoon or whatever your favorite salt substitute is. So I'm going to put the lid on my blender now, and I'm going to go ahead and blend this up. And I'm going to wait to add the herbs until after this has gotten very well blended, because when I've made it before and add the herbs in at the beginning, then it turns a really pretty green color. But that's not what we associate the color with for ranch dressing. So I'm going to start out slow, and then I'm going to speed it up because I want that date to get well blended in, as well as the chia seeds, because I want this to be creamy and smooth. And so it's going to need to blend really well for that. Let's get started. I'm just going to scrape down the sides a little bit because there's a little bit of chia seeds that are stuck on the sides and in the lid here. And I was going to tell you too that if your date is hard, because I freeze mine and sometimes they're a little bit hard. If you just put it in a dish and pour a little bit of boiling water over it and let it set for 15-20 minutes, that will help soften it. And I use those larger dates, but if you have a smaller date, you might want to use 2 of them instead of just 1. So now we've got it. I'm just going to start it blending again. Okay. Oh yeah, this looks great. So I just want to show you what this looks like. It's just silky, creamy, smooth. And now I'm going to add the fresh herbs. Now, I've made this so many times. I tried using the dried herbs just so it would be easier for people, but they just don't pack the flavor punch that fresh do. So what we'll be using today is a little bit of fresh Italian parsley. and some fresh chives. Now, if you can't find the fresh chives, you could use the tops of some spring onions, green onions. Just use the green part and just chop it really well. And then, of course, fresh dill, which is just so amazing. It smells fantastic. So if you buy the little herbs in those little packets in the produce department, it will take almost a whole one of those little cellophane packets to get 2 tablespoons of chopped dill. So, and here's what 2 tablespoons of it chopped. So measure it after you chop it and take it off the stems, because we don't want the stems to be in there. So take those off. Now I'm just going to put this in and I'm going to pulse it just a little bit, and then a tablespoon of the Italian parsley. And these cute little bowls come from Holland Bowl Mill Company, and I'll post a link for those as well. And then 1 tablespoon of the chives. And I just want to make sure I've gotten all of my ingredients in here, and I have. Then we'll put the lid back on, and I'm just going to let it pulse so that they get incorporated, but I'm trying to prevent turning the dressing green. And that should be good enough. It smells wonderful. It looks delicious. I'm so excited. Okay, now what I do is I like to store it in my refrigerator in a glass jar. This is a ball jar. It's a wide mouth. It holds a little over 2 cups, and it works great. I am also going to pour just a little bit in this dish. So this, obviously, it makes a great salad dressing. It also makes just a wonderful dip for your raw veggies. You can put it over veggie burgers. It will thicken up as it sits in the refrigerator, because the chia seeds have kind of a gelatinous effect when they're combined with a liquid, and they will get nice and thick. And so you can decide how thick you want it to be. You could use less liquid if you want it to be thicker, but I like it just like this for both dipping vegetables in as well as a salad dressing. And I'll tell you what, it tastes so delicious. It will absolutely have you eating more vegetables, more salads, because you'll think, oh yeah, I want some of that yummy ranch dressing. Now, it's been a long time since I've had the standard American diet ranch dressing. And so I was a little nervous about calling this. I'm going to lick this. It's so good, you guys. I was a little nervous about calling this ranch dressing because it's been so long since I've tasted a real ranch dressing that I wasn't sure if this was, you know, what I remembered ranch dressing to taste like or not. But I've had several people taste test it who have also really enjoyed it. And so I'm really happy to give this to you today. Let's have a little taste test. It's so good, you guys. You're gonna love this. Thanks so much for watching today, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this recipe and the video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, like and subscribe my channel, and make sure you click on that bell icon, because that's how you'll get notifications whenever I put up a new video or go live on Sunday with my husband Tom at 4 p.m. Pacific time. As you can see, I've got a beautiful tray here all set up. I'm getting ready to take photos for the blog post. I always do a companion blog post for my recipes. There will be a printable recipe, and I will link to that down below in the show notes. So thank you so much for joining me. I'm Tammy, and I help you get healthy and stay healthy, one meal at a time. Bye for now.